Just wanna let you know, ready to spend some time.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for joining me for another declutter video. I already got a head start, I'm sorry. But y'all know how I do. I come in here, I look at things, and I'm like, I gotta go. So I did rearrange my skincare up here. So I just basically kept everything that I am gonna keep, and everything here is gonna be decluttered. So I'm gonna run through this really quickly. This is the Innisfree Intensive Hydrating Cream with green tea seed. I was gonna keep it actually. I was gonna keep it because I have quite a bit of it, but I smelled it and I think this just went bad. Like I started using it, and I think this was the second jar of this that I got because I used to buy their gift sets. That's how I started liking the Innisfree stuff. I know for a couple of Christmases I had purchased the Innisfree holiday sets that they had, and I think this was my second jar of this. I do like it, nice and moisturizing. But I just ended up making it go bad. So I didn't use it before it went bad. So unfortunately that has to go. This is Biosun Squalene and Lactic Acid Resurfacing Night Serum. This is actually the second time that I decluttered my skincare, and this made it through the first round. I reached for it maybe like once since then, and then I just always end up forgetting about it. So I use different kind of treatments and things for my skin. I'm pretty sure this one is expired by now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. I never made it through. But I did try it a couple of times. There was nothing wrong with it, but it just wasn't one that I gravitated towards. Even though y'all know I do love a lot of the Biosun's products. This one just wasn't one of my faves. I believe this also made it through a previous declutter. This is the Rose Inc. Eye Revival Brightening Eye Cream. Just wasn't an eye cream. I always felt like I had to like double up on my eye cream when I used this one. At one time I was using, I think, like the e.l.f. eye cream in conjunction with this. I would prefer to just use one eye cream. But you can see I definitely did try to use it. Got through maybe about a third of it, and now it's just time for it to go. There's nothing really wrong with this Sunbum 30, just not something that I go for. This is fairly new, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Chloe so that she can have some, SPF moisturizer. We all need SPF no matter what season it is. So I'm going to just pass that on to my daughter because this is fairly new. This Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream Moisturizer. I'm actually almost done with it, but this is just something that I never reached for. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Like you can see, there's barely nothing in the jar. And at this point, especially with the little amount that's in there, I feel like this has expired. So I'm just going to let that one go. Well, this is the Wishful Honey Balm Jelly Moisturizer. I had got this in BoxyCharm, so that alone tells you that it's like super old because I haven't had BoxyCharm in years at this point. Actually, it's more of a cream. I don't know why it's called jelly. Let's see. I don't even remember whether I like this or not. I just had to smell it real quick. It doesn't smell like it went bad. Actually, this might be able to stay. Maybe I should try this a little bit more. It still has quite like a spa-like scent, so I feel like this is still good. So maybe I can give this to my son. Let him use this as a face moisturizer. Everybody needs some moisturization in their face. But I'm not putting it back in my collection. But this is definitely something that he could probably use. And then we have 3 samples here, 3 things that I was testing out. So I was super excited. And I don't know if you saw one of my recent hauls where I got this as like a deluxe size sample from Sephora. This is the Ula Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C Serum. I used to use the vitamin C serum from Ula Henriksen for years, but that was on my younger skin apparently, because now I feel like this kind of gives me texture as opposed to, adding more benefits to the skin. Anytime I use this, I feel like my skin almost like burns in a way. Like I can feel like a sensation on my skin when I use it. And then for the fact that it also gives me texture, this is just something that I won't be using. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. This is the e.l.f. Whoa Glow Sunscreen. This is the 30 SPF that they have. Let me tell y'all, this leaves like the only cast. First of all, I just put like way too much. Let's take some of that away. But this leaves like the only cast on the skin. Like it takes forever to rub in. This is just not a good look at all as far as this SPF. I don't like it. It's thick. You see how much just came out. I mean, granted, this is a sample, so there might be a better pump or applicator but it just doesn't sink into the skin. It doesn't look good. I must put makeup on after wearing this sunscreen. I don't want that to always be the case. So this is going to go out of my collection. And then last but not least, we have the Glow Recipe. This is their Guava Vitamin C Bright Eye Gel Cream. And it could be just something with my skin and vitamin C, y'all, because my skin doesn't always get along with all different kind of vitamin C. So this is one that I felt like, being that it was going near my eyes, I felt like my eyes were getting a little bit more irritable, a little bit more sensitive when I was using this. So I feel like this is an eye cream that I need to stay away from. So I only got through like halfway of the travel size. It a little does go a long way, but I won't be using this anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. So yeah, I was able to free up space, rearrange things, take out more things that I actually use. Like now I'm gonna use this Inkless eye cream to replace the Glow Recipe. I actually used it for the first time today. I like it. So I got my SPF, I got the Fenty toner back here. This is my Pat McGrath Essence. This here is the Fresh Rose, which I'm almost done with that. So I'll be bringing in new serums. Oh, I have been loving this. This is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. They sent this over and I have been using the mess out of it, guys. And I've really been enjoying it. It fits really nicely into my skincare routine. But since I've been using this, I haven't really been reaching for this Peach and Lily. That's the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. I do like the serum. I just find like it's more on the thicker side. And sometimes when I use this, it doesn't always collaborate and, you know, act right when it comes to mixing it or layering it with other products. So sometimes I don't always reach for this, but it's still a good product. And I do like Peach and Lily products because you see I also have the Glass Skin Veil Mist, which I'm actually literally almost done with this as well. We got my Ordinary Glycolic Acid down there. We have a Tatcha Clay Mask. We have the Sephora Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover. The moisturizer that I'm using right now is the Fresh Face Cream. We have a Clarins Mask, a Pharmacy Mask. Oh, I started using the Iliac today, guys. Even though I didn't finish that Pat McGrath yet, I wanted to try it. Today was the first day I tried that as well. And I'm lying, this wasn't the first day I tried the Inkless. I've been trying that for a couple of days now. I meant to say I put it on today. We also have the Fresh Oil. I have my Biossance oil, which I love. The Paula's Choice BHA and AHA products. So yeah, that's most of the skincare that I use on a daily basis. Down here I also have skincare, which is like my pimple patches. I have my Topicals eye pads. I have a backup of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Right now I have opened the Bobbi Brown Face Base. And also in here I have the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. This is something that I feel like I've used half of the bottle and it has a shelf life of 12 months. I just don't feel like this is something that I actually reach for, so I think I'm going to declutter this as well. And in here, these two drawers I keep lip products. Like, I think I need to go through a quick declutter of this stuff as well. This, I feel like this Laneige, I've been almost done with this for the longest and it just keeps going and going and going. I'm going to keep that. Oh, I actually did just go ahead and declutter 5 products out of this little drawer. So in here now we have my Tatcha mask, my K Skin mask. This is the MAC lip scrub. We have the Laneige mask that's almost done. I have a MAC lip gloss down there. I have a NYX This Is Gloss. And oh, this can go too. I hardly ever use this. This is a Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme, which I really don't use. I should use this though, but it's like iridescent and stuff, and it's just old. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of this sample that I just never reached for. This is the Jane Iredale Lip Drink. I think I'll give this to my daughter because it's basically brand new. So I'll give that to my child. This Fenty Heat. Oh my gosh, this is one formula from Fenty that just didn't work for me. I was not a fan, and when she says heat, she means heat. Like, this definitely does bring the heat. So, not a fan of that Fenty. Then, these Makeup by Mario things, this is just so messy and slippery, and granted, you can say I probably didn't get the right shade for myself, even though I do like the shade when I put a little bit of it on. But you twist this up, you can't twist it back down. That's what the shade looks like swatch, and I have to use like the only littlest bit in order for it to look any way decent on my lips. So this is just something that can go. And then I have 2 of the LYS. And if you didn't know, LYS stands for Love Yourself. But these are the Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oils. I actually am using the clear one. I have that in my bedroom. I keep that on my nightstand. But this one, these colorful ones, I just really wasn't a fan of these. So I'm probably going to pass these off to my daughter as well. These are probably like a year old because I think I've got this set like, I think I bought it from QVC, but I also think I got like a holiday deal on it. So, actually, I'm not going to give these to my daughter. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these because these are kind of old as well. And just something that I really didn't use. And when you look at the formula, I don't know, it looks like it's starting to separate and stuff. So I don't want her lips to be bad. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these as well. So moving down underneath the skincare drawer, we have this five drawer organizer. It's so hard for me to like get rid of any of the brow products because I basically have a whole bunch of backups and stuff that I actually use. So I have 3 Precisely My Brow Pencils. This is my favorite brow pencil. I have, the shade 3 I don't really need. Why do I have a shade 3? This must have been like a gift with purchase. You can just tell because it's not a full size. This is warm light brown. I don't know who could use that, but I can't use it. So I'm gonna give that probably to my daughter, let her play around with her brows. Same thing with this. Like this is something that I just wouldn't use, so this can go. This is the Goof Proof. Oh no, I like the Goof Proof. I was talking about this. Sorry. So the Goof Proof brow pencil is in 4.5. I will definitely use that. But when it comes to like these brow pens, this is nothing that I would use. This is the brow microfilling pen. And you see how it has the 3 prongs. I always think I'm going to mess up my brows when it comes to stuff. Maybe I should try it. I should try it before I knock it. So I'm actually going to put that in the try it drawer. I have a backup, 2 backups here. Patrick Ta, this is his brow laminator. And then I also have a backup of my refill to the Charlotte Tilbury brow pencil. This is her brow cheat. And mine is in the shade dark brown. So I have a backup there. Has some loose brow pencils. Why would this be out? So this must be, this is shade 4.5. I'm not sure why this is out. So I have another backup of Benefit Brow. I do have the Fenty brow pencil, which this should almost be done, right? I still got a pretty decent amount of the Fenty brow pencil. I need to get this, put more use to that. What's this? This is a ColourPop brow pencil. When I tell you ColourPop brow pencils are the bomb. So I'm definitely hanging on to that. See, that's why it's so hard to clean out these drawers. Remember Mac and Riri collection? So this was her brow pencil, which I used to love, but I stopped using it because Mac actually sold, I don't know if they still do, but I know they sold this pencil by itself, and I just never purchased it. I always meant to, so I just keep that. What's this? This is the Gimme Brow Volumizing Pencil. So it's a Gimme Brow Pencil, which I don't think I've ever tried this. Or maybe I have, because it looks like I used it. I can't recall. Another ColourPop pencil. Then I have the Mented brow products, and then I also have a Sephora brow product. So I'm going to keep all of those. That wasn't too successful. What can go is this. I really am not a fan of this. This is the Anastasia Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. This can go. It's probably like disgusting. Look at that. Yeah. So stuck together and congealed. So I never was a fan of this product. So this can go ahead and go. From time to time, I do like using brow powders, and this is the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder. It's a 2-tone. You can do a lighter shade in the front and the darker shade on the back, or customize it however you like. But I do like using brow powders, so I'm going to hang on to that. I have my Danessa Myrix. This is her Chrome Flakes, and this is in the shade Sweet Tooth. Guys, this is so pretty. Like, if I ever want to sparkle, I can't open it right now, but if I ever want to sparkle, this would be the product that does it. Then I like these Charlotte Tilbury, what is this called? This is the Eyes to Mesmerize and Walk of No Shame. I like to use this for like a one and done kind of look. And the smallest product, you only need the smallest product and it goes a long way. So I like that. Oh, I have a pomade from Benefit that I hardly ever use. Did I try this before? Look, I dipped something in there. I need to try this. I haven't used a pomade in a long time, and this was pretty much brand new. They sent this to me. Thank you, Benefit. But I'm gonna hang on to that for now. Another brow product. This is the e.l.f. brow lift, and this was like comparable to the Anastasia brow wax that I just showed you guys, but this one was actually better. But this is probably, yeah, I think this changed colors and consistency. There's a whole crack in the middle of it, so this can go. But honestly, e.l.f. actually did this product better than Anastasia in my opinion, so I did enjoy using that. It's just old now and gotta go. Oh, this is old too. Oh shoot, I got some mirrors and some sharpeners back there, but also this is stupid old. So this is the Black Radiance. This is like their gel liner, and this is in the shade Classic Black. I wonder if this is still good. Oh shoot, I never opened it. Oh no, yes I did. Oh no, I didn't. Oh look, that is just dried up. So dried up that it's separated from the sides of the container. This is an old brow product from KVD. Yeah, this brow product was everything. Like it gave like dimension, and it looks so realistic. Like you can tell I used a lot of that brow powder. And at this point, first of all, it's like old and dusty and crusty, and I don't think they even sell this product anymore, and it has to be expired. Even though it's a powder product, I do feel good with just having the Benefit brow powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm definitely keeping this though. This is my Danessa Myricks Color Fix. Actually, why is it similar in color to the Charlotte Tilbury now that I think about it? No, not really. But I can actually use a little dimension in there. Like that's a good combination right there. But I'm definitely keeping my Pat McGrath. And then this, I don't even know where I got this from. I think this was a free gift with purchase. This is the NYX Epic Smoke Liner, and it's the angled liner and blender. Oh, this might be a little cool. And it's in the shade Sage Sparks. I need to use this. I'm gonna put this in like my try it drawer so I can actually get some use out of this. Especially, I love me a green, so I think that was a pretty successful declutter. So that's what that's looking like, that drawer right now. And actually, at some point, I want to try to transfer my eyeliners over in here, so maybe I can get rid of the stuff in the back and make better use of the storage. But for now, we decluttered that part. Now, so this is my highlighter drawer. Of course, I'm going to keep my Gucci 03, but I already have bagged up right here. Actually, I have my Sephora bag ready and packed to go because that 04 shade is going back. But 03, I have really been enjoying this, so that's what that looks like. That is the Gucci 03 Glow Highlighter. Looks so good. Absolutely, positively hanging on to this. This is new in my collection, and I'm so glad I have it. This Benefit cookie, this was all the rave at one point in time, and it's the iciest icy highlighter. Like, you wouldn't even think that I would want to wear this, but this, like, when you layer a highlighter and put a little bit of this on top, like that iciness, oh my gosh. So that's what that looks like. This is nothing that I necessarily would reach for now. If I'm being honest, I haven't reached for this in years, but for some reason I just can't seem to let it go at the moment. So I'm still going to hang on to it. I think it, like, you know, it doesn't feel like it went bad or anything like that. So I'm going to hang on to this. I have two of the Fenty Beauty highlighters. This came out this year and I absolutely love these. I prefer the shade 05 Yum Rum over 06 Rich Honey, but I'm not mad at either one of those. So I'll swatch this for you. Beautiful, yo. I love that shade. When I tell you, Yum Rum is everything. And then you got Rich Honey, which does that not look like rich? That is so beautiful. Definitely love this formula. Definitely love both of the shades. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping them. And these will definitely be in my collection going into 2025. This highlighter here, I never was really a fan of, even when I first got it. This is the Chanel Rev Day Camellia. And it was all the rage because of the the embossed flower print, but I didn't like it because it like left sparkles on my face. So looking at that, like now, of course, it's Chanel, so it's like a nice, gentle in the background, like not doing too much, but I don't know, I just didn't really necessarily appreciate the shimmer in it. I don't necessarily want to get rid of it just yet because swatching it, it looks like so pretty right now. So we're gonna hang on to that a little bit longer. Like the stuff in the front is gonna be harder to get rid of. Like it's like when I get to the nitty gritty of the things. Because this right here is another one of my favorites. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Multi Glow. And I think mine is in deep, right? Oh, Dreamlight. They had a Dreamlight and a Starlight or something. So this is the Dreamlight Glow palette. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I used to love this one. And then you can use the shades individually. You can mix them all together, which is what I prefer to do. But definitely a super pretty palette. Like everything Charlotte Tilbury does just like beautifies the skin, so I'm here for it. And then speaking of that, I definitely do have two of her Hollywood Glow Glides. So this one here is in the shade Rose Gold Glow. So here's Rose Gold Glow, another one that I really enjoyed. I love a rose gold highlighter, and this one did not disappoint. This is like potent, so I'm gonna do that across. Like, y'all see that? When I say potent, I'm not playing no games. And neither is Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so that's the Rose Gold Glow. I also have Bronze Glow. And this is more of your typical golden kind of highlighter. So that one is like, that one is not too wild-tastic or anything like that. This one is actually up for the chopping block. I definitely didn't need to get two of those. I definitely didn't need to get two shades of this. I think this Bronze Glow, I don't know. This is definitely up for the chopping block, so I'm going to put that down. I would never, ever, ever get rid of this. This is my Dior Backstage Glow palette. This one is in a limited edition one, so I'm not going to swatch this. This is 005. I use this so much. The pans come out and everything. So this is limited edition. You actually cannot purchase this particular palette, so I'm not going to swatch this one, but just know this will always be in my collection. These Becca minis I basically kept for nostalgia, but have I really reached for this? This is Champagne Pop. Remember the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill? And I went back and forth on whether I even like the color like that, because it's like a paler gold. I think it's time for me to actually go ahead and get rid of Champagne Pop out of my collection. I did have a full size that I had decluttered previously, and I kept this one being that it was brand new, but now it's like, what's the point? It's just taking up space. I have to get rid of some of these sentimental things, and I'm not so sentimental when it comes to Jaclyn Hill, to be honest. This one is in the shade Opal, which I think I have Opal already in a palette. Don't I have a Becca palette? Remember, my face palette is right over here, guys. So I think in the Becca palette that I have, not a good palette to open when you got nails on, I'll tell you that. I think no, there's no Opal. So I have Moonstone, Rose Gold, Topaz, which Topaz was Bay. I have a full size of Topaz. And look how much of Topaz I used in here. Like, this palette could probably needs to go now that I think about it. Because Moonlight wasn't the jam, and neither was Rose Gold. I mean, it was cool, but nothing that I absolutely love. I think it's time for me to actually get rid of this Becca Afterglow palette too. And while I'm here, I said let me just pull the 3 Becca highlighters that I have. Oh, this is the Champagne Splits. This was also the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. So it was a highlighter on one side and a blush on the other side. The highlighter, was that Champagne Pop? No, it was the other one that she, oh, that still feels good though. See, another golden highlighter, which I really do not need. And when am I going to reach for this? But I don't know, it still feels good. So I'm going to keep it still for the nostalgia. I'm sorry. No, I need to let it go. I need to be a little bit more cutthroat with this. So this just feels nasty from the outside. This one, oh, I kind of figured this was Topaz, because look, like Topaz, when I tell you that was my jam, and I haven't reached for it maybe in the last 14, 15, 16, 17, something around there months. Like, it's been a minute. Like, I was reaching for it. This was my go-to shade. But at this point, I have so many different highlighters. I think it's time to go ahead and let it go. This was my boo, though. But just feeling it from the outside of the packaging. You know how NARS gets sticky and nasty? I just feel like that grossed out by that. So I'm not going to keep that one. And then this last one that I have a full size of is, oh, this was fairly new, though. I think I got this from BoxyCharm, like, as they was going out. This was the chocolate geode shade. This one, chocolate geode. This one feels a little rougher, but look at that shade, y'all. That is a highlighter right there. That is gorgeous. But I gotta see what's close in my collection to this shade. I gotta find something close to that, because I might need a highlighter that color. I'm gonna hang on to this one for now, but the rest of the backers are actually gonna go. Now, the Rare Beauty highlighter, I was never really a fan of this one. This is her highlighter in the shade Mesmerize. It could be the shade that I got. Again, me looking for a pinky highlighter. Oh, but that feels so soft. But I'm just going to swatch it right here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I need to try that a little bit more. But maybe it's doing a little bit too much. I don't know. I'm just going to hang on to it for a little bit now, because it is... I don't want to say no. I think I bought it last year in 2023, but it's compared to the other things in my collection, it's fairly new. So I'm going to hang on to it. Also, newer highlighters that I love. The Give Beauty highlighters. I have Carrot Country and I have Homegrown Glow. And this is another one of them. This is a brick highlighter where I would just mix the shades together and then get like a beautiful color. This is another one of those that's like more golden. So if I'm looking for a golden highlighter, boom, right there. But this was the one that I went for. But this is the one that I went for more. This is Homegrown Glow. And when I tell you this one is everything, this gives me all the rose gold dreams that I be looking for. So definitely keeping these in my collection. I kind of been avoiding picking this one up because this is something that we went hard to get. This is part of Matt's, one of the holiday collections, but it was just the fact that they brought back Whisper of Guilt. This is a, they doubled this product up with, I think it was, oh, it's an extra dimension blush and pleasure model, which I liked both the highlighter and the blush in this duo. I'm definitely going to keep this just because of the fact that Whisper of Guilt, we worked really hard for this thing, so I'm definitely keeping this in my collection. I don't think I'll be getting rid of that no time soon. I forgot I even had this. This is the Artist Couture highlighter. Actually, it's called the Diamond Luxe Luminizer, and this is in the shade Honey Drip. And look at that shade. That is beautiful. Actually, it reminds me of the MAC and Black Panther collection. Like, they had a highlighter that looked like this. I cannot remember whether or not I really like this formula. Oh, that looks really good, y'all. I don't know why I never really reached for this one. This might have to go to my daughter or somebody, because like, I don't use this, but I feel like somebody needs to use this. So I'm going to keep this on the side, same way where I put this Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. That definitely has to be given to somebody. Somebody has to use that, because that is like gorgeous. Oh, guys, another one that we went hard for. This is the Anastasia and Amrezy collection. This was everything to me. You can literally see the grooves of the pan here, but I have so much more highlighter, and I even have a backup of this highlighter because this was everything. When it goes on the cheeks, looks so good. Actually, oh, this feels a little rough though. Maybe I should get rid of this one and just open up. Oh, look at that. It was so icy, but it was icy in the right way. Like, it worked on a multitude of skin tones, and that's why I like this one. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one, but I am going to keep the backup that I have, because this one, it just felt a little rough when I did that swatch. Then we have the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. This was in the shade Exposure. I don't think I cared too much for this one either. So, oh, but that feels good. Definitely a more deeper gold. Actually, that's pretty. That's really pretty. And this actually reminds me of one of them highlighters that I just swatched a little while ago. They don't have Jaclyn Cosmetics no more. I'm gonna hang on to it for a little while. Why not? Here I have my Pat McGrath. We'll do those in a bit. Let's bring some of these to the front. Another one of them highlighters that I just wasn't like the super hugest fan of. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Glow Highlighter. I have mine in the shade Honey. And that's what that looks like. I think the shade Honey is what's throwing me off, because it's more of that yellow tone gold that I don't necessarily go for. I mean, it's pretty, but it's just nothing that I necessarily go for. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, but I'm putting it over there with that Artist Couture highlighter. Yo, I totally forgot I had this too. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Iced Out Highlighter. And yes, this was icy as hell. I remember that. So that's what that looks like. I think they were just trying to ride the wave of the Amrezi, which they need to just give the people what they asking for, because this one, I don't think it was it. So that's what that looks like. It turns out to be more of a greenish gold. It's like green. It has an undertone of green in like a little weird way. So I think that's something that I can go ahead and get rid of. This is the backup of the Amrezi highlighter that I was telling you guys that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. This is something that I've never used, even though I had the dupe for it. So this is the NARS Albatross, and this is like an infamous highlighter. Elf had a dupe, and I was using that dupe, but I think I got rid of that a declutter or two ago. So Albatross, they reformulated. Do they even still have Albatross as a highlighter now? And swatching it now, like at first it looks kind of chalky, but then when you blend it out, it becomes like this natural gold. A little bit too natural for me, and literally I've had this thing for years now. I've never used it. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, because I'm sure this is expired. They don't even have this formula anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. This is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb and Cognac Candy. When I tell you this is freaking gorgeous, I love this thing. And I love this more for like an eyelid topper. I never necessarily use this for a highlighter. More of an eyelid topper, because this shade is just really, really, look at that. Like on the eyelids, that looks really good. On the eyelids, just because of that sparkle and glitter that it has. But do I reach for it? To be honest, I really don't reach for it. Nah, but I'm keeping this. I'm definitely keeping that. I have one of the original Fenty highlighters. This is the Duos. This is the Kilowatt and Mean Money and Hustler Baby. Yeah, when I tell you this thing is stupid old, but I actually did use it this year. Like maybe within the last 2 or 3 months. I was like, you know what? Sometimes I just like to dig in and just pick something out that I haven't worn in forever. This is definitely a duo that will go down in history. So I think I'm going to hang on to this a little while longer. I definitely did use it recently. I like to go in with that one first and then top it off with the more vibrant one, and they blend out so nicely. And yeah, I'm definitely going to hang on to that. I think I am going to go ahead and get rid of this. This is the Danessa Myricks Duet Balm. I just don't do like wet highlighters and things like that. I never really got my footing with this. So this is like more of that glossy kind of highlighter look. She's a makeup artist, and she experiences with, you know, she has that experience with different mediums. Like you can just see the wet look that it gives to my skin. But when it gets to my cheek and things like that, I'm just not into that editorial kind of look. It's beautiful and I can appreciate the glow, but I just don't think it's for me and actually fits in my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Up next, I have the LYS. This is the Aim High Pressed Highlighter Powder in the shade Genuine. And I remember this was my jam. I remember I used to love this LYS highlighter. And it still is a beauty. Again, something else, another one of those that I would just reach in my drawer and feel like I'm in the mood for that day. So I would definitely use it. So this one is definitely something that's staying in my collection. So pretty. When I tell you this Anastasia Beverly Hills Peach Nectar Illuminator has survived so many declutters, and this is nothing that I have reached for at all. But this started my love with like the peachy, pinky, rose gold highlighters. When I tell you this is amazing and looks beautiful, with me swatching it, it still feels decent. I wouldn't say it feels like butter or smooth like that, but it feels decent. And then when I swatch it though, Like, that was my shade. I used to love this thing. And looking at it now, it's not like, I think I found better. Now that I'm looking at it now, I feel like I found better. Like, I don't know. This was my jam, though. I kind of don't want to get rid of this one. I know I'm never going to use it, to be honest. So, I think I am going to get rid of it. I think it's time, because that swatch, after swatching all the things that I swatched and everything is like gleaming and glistening, and that kind of looks a little dull now that I'm looking at it. And I do feel like the texture has changed as well, so that could be playing a part in it. I think it's time for me to go ahead and get rid of this Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator. Last but not least, we have 3 highlighters from Pat McGrath Labs. So I'm going to take those out the package real quick, and let's get a look at these. Because I can tell you right now, I would probably only keep maybe 1 or 2 of them. Let's see about 3. This one for sure. Let's start with an easy one. I know for sure I would definitely keep this. I love this. This is the Pat McGrath. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlighter. Oh, and it was in the shade Divine Rose. I thought it was part of that collection. But yeah, this, it doesn't even feel that good anymore actually. But this, gorgeous. Absolutely love this highlighter. It doesn't feel the same anymore though. Kind of sad, but I'm definitely still keeping it. This one was part of when she came out with the blushes. She expanded her highlighters. This is the Divine Glow in Golden Nectar. And Golden Nectar still feels smooth. That is more of a paler pink kind of shade. That's definitely more of a paler pink kind of shade. Not necessarily something that I would go for. So that's definitely on the chopping block, y'all. I don't know. Let's look at this one. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter. And this one is in the shade Luna Nude. And I remember this one having like the most beautiful embossment. I cannot remember like what collection this was part of. But y'all, that embossment alone is beautiful. So let's see how this one is looking compared to the others. So this is more of an icy pink kind of undertone. I don't know. I love this one for sure, keeping that. Looking at these two though, I never reach for these things. Maybe I need to take them out the boxes. I'm going to take them out the boxes and use them. And maybe because of the fact that they'll be out of the boxes and more in general population, maybe I will be able to actually get more use out of those. But I'm going to go ahead and put things back. On the chopping block was this Mario. I don't know. I think it's gonna go because that yellow gold is just nothing that I really go for. But it is kind of okay. I think I'll keep it just in case I do like a full face of Mario or something. I'm gonna keep it. I do have room for it, so I'm gonna keep it for now. It's fairly newer in my collection. This Artist Couture, like I said, I feel like somebody should have this. Should it be me though? Like, that is just like a gorgeous shade. Like going out to dinner and just being in the nightlight, I think this would be gorgeous for like a date night. So I am going to keep the Artist Couture as well. Did I get rid of any highlighters? But I did. I got rid of the NARS highlighter. Got rid of the Danessa Myricks, 2 Anastasia. And I think I'm going to hang on to the Charlotte Tilbury a little bit longer. Just for like comparison swatches and things like that. And I also got rid of all those Beckers. So I am comfortable with the declutter that I did so far. So this is everything that we decluttered in this video. Also got rid of another Anastasia highlighter. I think I did pretty good. Here's the final look at the highlighter drawer. I think this is pretty good actually. So we're going to move on to the powders, which is also stuffed. Right here on top we have the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. And this was actually in my pocketbook for a long time, and I don't know, with these nicks and stuff, it's starting to get, it might be expired. You see how it's pulling away from the sides of the pan? That's how you know it's expired. I'm telling you, this powder, I haven't repurchased this for about 2 or 3 years now, so I feel like this one is just super old. I always forget about it because it being my to-go bag in my pocketbook, And when I do touch up, I would use this, but now I just feel like this is expired. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. And I think they even reformulated this. Let me know if you tried the reformulated version, because I would like to know if it's still as good as it was. But I'm sad, but it has to go. This product actually released this year. This is the Rare Beauty True Caramel. This is her tinted press finishing powder, and I do use it just as that, as a finishing powder. I don't think I need to swatch any powders, so this is definitely something I'll keep. This is super old as well. This is the MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix, and I have mine in the shade NC50. Funny enough, I started reaching for this again recently. I've been setting underneath my eyes, just adding a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to hang on to this a little bit longer, try to get some more use out of this. I should be hitting pan any day now, honestly. I have 2 of the Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Airbrush Flawless Finish Powders. I have the shade 2, which is medium. I sometimes use this number 2 medium. Oh, I can start to see the pan too. It's not shining through yet, but it will be shortly. I definitely use this. I love this. And this one, you'll see a big pan on number 3, because I absolutely love this one. I use this one more for all over. This is more like a finishing powder for me as well. Definitely keeping those. Love those. I have 2 of the Pat McGrath Labs. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. I have Baby Pink, which also came out this year. And I hardly ever use that. I need to actually use this a little bit more to see how I like it or not. But, I mean, it didn't wow me at first. But a holy grail. I've gone through about maybe at least 3 or 4 of these. This is in the shade Deep. But you can see this is well loved, because you can barely even see the writing. And you definitely see pan all up and through there. I only have like that much left, so I need to go ahead and finish that off. This is DJ's Boutique powder. I love this powder, and I've used so much of the powder. I barely have any left, but I think I've had this for about at least a good 2 or 3 years now. Let me see how it smells. It doesn't really have a smell. I wonder if I'll be able to finish that. I think I'll hang on to this a little bit more longer. Back here, this is a powder I'd never reach for. Okay, but actually recently I just tried a loose powder from e.l.f. and they came out with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I just recently tried this in my most recent Get Ready With Me video. It's a drugstore edition. And I like this one. I used to like this e.l.f. press. This is their press finishing powder. Look at that. That's a nice shade and everything. Let's see if it still feels smooth. It still feels okay. Will I reach for this is the question. I think this made it through my last declutter video, and I don't think I've reached for it, to be honest. I don't know. I'm going to put that in the maybe pile for now. Oh, how did you bounce all the way back here? I think I put it back there because I don't want to use it, because they went ahead and reformulated, and I don't know if it's the same as far as our shade. This is the shade 5, the Prism Leave. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, this powder is everything. So I'm definitely hanging on to that. 2 powders I know I'm hanging on to as well as my Dominique Cosmetics powders. These are her translucent powders. I have medium deep, and I also have Rosita, which this is like the perfect pinky hue shade for my skin tone. Love these powders. They ain't going nowhere. This one here, this one is a little bit too deep for me, so this can go. This is the Essence My Skin Perfecta. This is their loose fixing powder. I had mine in the shade 40 Tan, and it's just a little bit too deep for me. It kind of darkens up my makeup when I apply it, so this can actually be decluttered. Why I have 2 of so many different powders? So I have 2 of the Kosas powders. This one is pretty old, and I know Kosas stuff. Oh, actually, it doesn't feel bad, though. I do like the Kosas powder. I just don't reach for it too often. But then, also, I always thought that this shade, this is in the shade Silky. I always thought this was a little bit too deep for me. And then the next shade up from that is this one in Pillowy. So I got a mini of that. And this is more something that I would use for, like, underneath the eyes or something. I just don't reach for these powders, to be honest. But I am going to hang on to them a little bit more and try to get some use out of these. I don't know why I put this e.l.f. powder back in there, but I'm definitely keeping this because, like I said, I just recently started using that. Then we have these. These are discontinued. These are the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. Let me tell you, every time I use this, I've been making a mess because I don't know if y'all can see, but there's like stuff coming out. I can't even close it anymore. So this is definitely gonna go. Like, this is literally a wrap. I do have, this one is the shade 5N. This one was my favorite. This was the shade 5N, but I can also get away with 6N, especially in the summertime. This one also has hit pan, and I think it's kind of old now. I don't use this one as much as often, and with this shade being the deeper shade, this is 6N. I don't see me reaching for this next summer, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and get rid of this. But Dior, I need y'all to bring this back out because this was like one of my favorite finishing powders. So please. This loose powder, this is a travel size of the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This is actually the translucent shade, but I actually have the translucent deep shade, which I absolutely love. So definitely hang it on to my deep shade, and this travel size of the translucent can actually go. I have another, this powder is everything, and I need to use this up. This NARS, oh, looks filthy. This NARS translucent, this is the Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. When I tell you this makes your skin look so good, anything NARS I love, and I'm definitely hanging on to this. It might be quite old, but I'm still going to hang on to this. I need to get more use out of that. And then we have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch. This is her Easy Bake and Snatch pressed powder. I got the shade Cinnabon, and it's a decent shade. I don't know if I like this formula so much. Huda Beauty's products tend to be a little bit drying for me, but I'm going to hang on to this. This is fairly new. I think I picked this up earlier this year, so I'm going to hang on to it for a little while longer, try to get more use out of it. Another one of my favorite powders is the Gucci. This is just their matte natural setting powder. Actually, they call it a beauty powder. I have mine in the shade 12. Love this powder. This is just like a good setting powder. Just puts everything into place and brings everything together. So definitely hanging on to that. I have a NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This is the press version. I've never even opened this, so I'm going to hang on to that and pass that on either to my child or to a friend or somebody. This here is the Tower 28 Get Set powder in Hermosa Honey. Again, this is another product that I actually picked up this year, and I have been getting a lot of use out of it. You can see the Tower 28 emblem is kind of like fading away now, so I definitely reached for this. Definitely hanging on to that. I think all these powders in the front I'm going to hang on to. So this is the Makeup by Mario best setting powder that came out, like definitely a best of 2024 contender. Love this. And this is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I have mine in the shade 4.5 Medium Dark Honey. This one I picked up this year. I don't reach for it too often, but I'm definitely still going to keep it. This is the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. I have mine in the shade Sweet Honey. I need to get more use out of that. I don't really reach for that. Of course, Laura Mercier, my favorite OG powder. Still definitely always going to have one of these in my collection. I have the Translucent Medium Deep. Definitely a go-to. And then this one, this Chanel powder is a little bit deep for me. I do tend to reach for it more in the summertime. And with this being a little bit newer in my collection, I would say within the last year or two, I'm definitely going to hang on to this. I have mine in the shade 121, and I'll definitely hang on to that. This powder definitely works out better for me in the summertime because it is a little bit deeper in hue, and also the fact that it's a little bit more mattifying. So this is nothing that I'll reach for necessarily right now, but definitely will reach for it at some point in the summertime. So hanging on to this, and kind of like the same thing with the One Size. So let's go ahead and put these powders back. Okay, so we made a little progress with the powder drawer as well. I was able to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 powders. So here's a look at everything that we got rid of in this video. We got rid of over 30 products. I think I just counted 31, and some packaging as well. So I am happy with where we are with just doing the skincare and the first 3 drawers of the of my tower here. Definitely stay tuned. We'll be tackling the bottom 2. I'm just not really into swatching and stuff right now, but we'll definitely be tackling the blushes, and we'll definitely be tackling the bronzers in a separate video. So definitely stay tuned for that. thumbs up this video if you enjoy declutter videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notification bells so you don't miss any upcoming uploads, because we'll definitely be trying to declutter all this stuff, and then we can start shopping our stash for some new things to use during the winter time. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope y'all are enjoying your day, and I hope to catch each and every one of you in the next one. Until next time, y'all, stay blessed. Later, guys.
Take it slow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time.